Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on this show, and I'm here to recap Monday Night Raw here tonight, December 29 edition, before the last Raw of 2025. They look to close out on a high note. As tonight's episode on the Netflix airwaves had 2 championship matches, a grudge match, and an appearance from the most dangerous faction on the roster. So we had Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella, and Raquel Rodriguez in a triple threat. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Usos for the tag team championships. There's some other stuff tonight, but in advance of this show was Stephanie, Raquel, and Nikki Bella in a triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. World Tag Team Championship match, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Usos. Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory, and then an appearance from the Fission. It's a great main event, I'll say. It was a great, really damn good main event. The Usos never missed a beat. Showed you firsthand they are better together than singles wrestlers. I don't think Jimmy Uso's a bad singles wrestler, but they're just better as a tag team, man. They're just super good, better as a tag team. That's why the Usos are just fantastic together. They're better together than apart. I'll start that. Really good main event, I thought, with the Usos and Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. CM Punk brought the best out of Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker's confidence this early is incredible. Great face-to-face and the perfect sell for a world title match. That's really the main things on this show for me, were the main event there and that Braun Breaker CM Punk segment. Also, Maxine held her own. Been good seeing her hold her own lately. On the mic. She's improved really good on the mic, and it's pretty noticeable too. So she held her own on the mic too as well, which is good to see. Now Raw was alright tonight. I'm not going to sit here and say it was a great show, but I thought it was alright. There were some good things like that main event, the CM Punk and Braun Breaker, face-to-face, Becky and Maxine. So there's some good things tonight. Not going to be overly negative. But let's start with the Division, kicking off Monday Night Raw. So 1 week after leaving CM Punk and Rey Mysterio lying, the Division's Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Paul Heyman. There's so many people in this group, man. They kicked off the show with a promo, an in-ring promo. The Wise Man touted the collection of talent in the ring with him as future WrestleMania main eventers. Eventers with an S? The only one I see here is Braun Breaker. Before he officially introduced Theory as a new member of the group, Heyman claimed the goals of the division outweighed the individual goals of anyone inside the group. Cult of personality played, and Punk entered to a huge ovation. Fans sing along to his entrance theme. He rightfully pointed out that if he is jumped or beaten down, there is no title match on next week's show. With that in mind, that he joined the Division in the ring and dared Breaker to say something, since he runs his mouth whenever the best in the world is not around. The badass claimed that he's not the future, but the rather here and now. He dared Punk to go find someone in the locker room like him who was more of a dog than him. He reminded Punk that he once shared the field with Lamar Jackson, and that the two of them are not the same. He vowed to win the title on January 5th. Punk responded, meaning he's not ready to let the world championship go. He told Breaker the two of them are not the same. One of them is CM Punk, and he's going to beat the second generation star. This was a great, significant moment for Breaker to stand in the ring and go face-to-face with Punk on the mic, and for the most part he succeeded. But he got his point across, spoke confidently, really good stuff here. Backstage, with Morgan continued to stir things up with her Judgment Day teammates Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne still mounting tension with the Judgment Day. Just wish they get the Judgment Day shit over with. But also didn't mention Don Mysterio. They announced he has a shoulder injury. He's out out indefinitely. But you know what? No, we got through all that. Stephanie, Nikki, and Raquel in a triple threat match for the women's championship. I mean, it was alright. Obviously, Stephanie Vaquer retained the championship. That continued until, we'll skip to the end here. Raquel has hoisted both opponents up for a double Tejana bomb. Stephanie escaped. Drove her opponent to the mat. Alert, the champion sent the Judgment Day Enforcer to the mat and pinned Bella for the win. The match itself suffered down the stretch with some spots rushed and others disjointed until a fairly creative finish. I mean, it's whatever. But if Nikki Bella's still taking losses, how are you supposed to take her as serious? But the match was solid, but the ending definitely kind of hurt the match. But it was all right. Stephanie retains the championship. So the Kabuki Warriors cut a promo. So Asuka and Kai hit the ring. It's their ongoing rivalry with Rey and Io, which will culminate next week in a women's tag team title match. Empress of Tomorrow cut off her own partner, then claimed that no one is ready for the Kabuki Warriors just in time for number one contenders to make their way to the ring. Brawl broke out. The Hills got the upper hand for the moment, where Ripley and Sky fought back and cleared them out of the ring before standing tall to close the segment. This was a different segment than the opener, but it still managed to drum up some excitement and heat for a tag team championship match. Each team got a moment to shine before the other took the upper hand. Whether that plays into the 50-50 booking you see too often now, WWE means they retain next May remains to be seen. R-Truth versus Gunther. Gunther defeated R-Truth. Ring General nearly got the best of him as he mocked Cena's "You can't see me." But he overcame one last offense from Truth and tapped him out with a sleeper to a chorus of boos. Why is this match happening again? A backstage confrontation, I think? I don't know. This was exactly what it needed to be. Gunther squared off with one of Cena's buddies, took what was thrown at him, and punished him and wrapped him in their submission win. What needed to be, Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. Rey Mysterio defeated Theory via disqualification. Logan Paul cut him off, drawing the DQ. A 2-on-1 beatdown ensued until Penta made his return, fending off the Hills and standing tall on Mysterio. It's just the vision with Rey Mysterio. What's them not having that good of matches? Logan Paul, Austin Theory. There was not much of this match, which took place mostly during the commercial break and felt more like a setup for the post-match angle than anything. Considering it brought Penta back into the fold and elevated him to the opposite of the division, this is hardly a bad thing. Expect a tag team match involving the four here at some point. Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch promo. This was good. Like I was talking about. Maxine's growth as a performer has been nothing short of extraordinary. Her work in the ring on the mic and his leaps and bounds, the point where she was at this time last year, to the point that the crowd buys her as a performer. Her work with Becky's been outstanding. Becky's been putting her over. And beginning the new year in the same ring as the man is one of the biggest broadcasts of the year, is indicative of the trust management has. So that was good. A good promo between Becky Lynch and Maxine. As I think they have a title match next week. The Usos versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. This was a phenomenal match. The Usos defeated Dragon Lee and AJ Styles to win the titles. They rocked Styles with a super kick, then downed Lee with a 1D for the win and the titles. They captured their 9th tag team title in grand fashion, beating Styles and Lee in a banger of a main event. They had the fans tonight in Orlando hanging on every near fall. A hot crowd, a throwback to the Usos' work as heels, some quality chemistry, and this is good. But WWE need to ramp up the hype machine for the January 5th episode overall. Obviously the Netflix anniversary show, and it did that to great effect here with several strong segments devoted to hyping up next Monday. You had Punk and Breaker, Maxine and Becky was good, and the women's tag title match were all prominently featured. In between, there was some quality in-ring work from the women's triple threat in the main event. Throwing the return of Penta and his seeming graduation to a feud with the division. You have a strong show, so to close out the final Raw of 2025. So You know what? I'll give Raw a solid 7 tonight. Give it a 7 out of 10 for tonight. But yeah, that's really gonna say for Monday Night Raw. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Till next time, Alkalite. Peace.